Hey YouTube, in my Finding Room in Your Monthly Budget to Buy Silver video, we talked about looking at how we spend money differently and trying to save a little extra with which you could buy silver with. My next video, I'd like to talk about looking at money that we make differently, our income a little differently, right? There's two sides. There's a revenue problem and there's a spending problem. Well, if you have a revenue problem, which we all have, I don't think any of us say we make plenty of money, then I'd like to take a look at that a little bit differently. We're going to talk about a couple of strategies for saving for silver, using earmarking, and just basically a different approach to making money. I'll be honest with you guys. This was actually going to be the second video I ever made, and I hemmed and hawed. I kept putting it off. It just seemed like a lot of this was really small potatoes, and I didn't want to feel like I was kind of wasting your time with some of this stuff. I mean, this is an approach I take. I do a lot of what I call scrambling to make a little extra money. I don't want to get a second job. I certainly could, but you know what? Then you're talking about sacrificing time with a family. So this is all about making a little bit of extra money with minimal effort. If you put a high time value on your, or high money value on your time, you may not be as into this video. But anyway, with that big sell job, hopefully you guys are still with me. We'll get started. I'm also going to share with you how I make a little bit of money in a pretty ridiculous way, quite honestly. So understand some of these methods won't be for everyone. I completely get that, and it won't fit everybody's life. So here we go. So what is your number and how is it set? Linda Evangelista was a supermodel in the 80s, and she famously said that she doesn't get out of bed for anything less than $10,000. Obviously, that's a bit of extreme. On the other side of the coin, we have these poor people working in sweatshops for $1 a day so that we can wear cool-looking apparel with a swoosh on it. That's the other side of the extreme. Clearly, we're all somewhere in the middle, right? The number that we have in our head, the number that we will perform a task for, is usually established by our employer. If you make $30K a year, that equates to about $15 an hour. Anything over 40 hours, you expect $22.50. Once that precedent is set, it's really hard to go backwards. Who wants to take a pay cut? You see it all the time when people get laid off from their jobs. They always start at, looking to make what they were making before. It's only human nature. It's really hard psychologically to go backwards and to start performing tasks for much less. But let me ask you a question, okay? We have a half-ounce snake here, and we have $17. What if you were paid directly in silver? Seriously, does this get the juices flowing at all? 17 bucks? Have you ever seen somebody's YouTube video where they're showing off 17 bucks? I haven't. Maybe I should do a search, or maybe that'll be my next video series, showing off a little bit of tiny green leafy paper. But what about this? If somebody asked you to do a couple hours of work and they were offering you 17 bucks, you might just kind of say, no. If you look at it as a function of time and effort versus $17, no, sorry, it doesn't get me going. What if somebody says, all I have to give you is this, a half-ounce snake? Maybe you'll perform that task. How many times have you used the phrase, it's not worth my time? Or have you heard somebody else say, it's not worth my time? But what about this? What if you took a longer view? Actually, I will say this. I'm sorry, I kind of skipped behind a little bit, but if you actually said, yes, I would do the work for this, you kind of broke your dollar value, right? You actually did a couple hours of work and you only made $8.50 an hour, but you have this beautiful snake to look at. So I guess my point is, don't get caught up in the minutia of hours spent to complete a task versus just the resulting leafy paper. Take a little bit of a longer view. Let me give you an example. And this is where we start getting kind of ludicrous here, okay? I have 5 ounces of silver. This represents the money that I made last year for basically nothing. Let me explain how. There's a site called e-rewards.com, okay? And trust me, I tried them all. I tried the paid to click, I tried taking surveys and everything else. This one actually works. I was invited to take it because I bought a couple things on Ticketmaster. So I have an ability to take a couple of surveys a week, and they're legit surveys. They're, what kind of car do you drive? What kind of insurance do you have? And every quarter, for just a little bit of time. Now, if I broke it down to the exact minute versus a $25 gift certificate a quarter, of course I'm going to, kind of scoff at the whole notion. But what if I take a longer view and say, you know what? That $25 Ticketmaster gift card I can sell on eBay all day, every day for $23, and I net $20 out of it. So that's $80 a year. Now let me go to the next step. I have a bunch of coworkers at work. I have friends, family. They all drink Coke. Everybody knows somebody that drinks Coke. Coke is something that everybody drinks. I drink it. I drink Diet Coke. Okay? Coke Rewards has a program, mycokerewards.com. And you know what? I have no problem asking my friends and family, hey, can you save me your bottle caps? Hey, when you buy a 12-pack, can you save me the Coke Rewards? Everybody does it. So I get 4 $25 Nike gift cards for a year, one a quarter, and it actually lines up nicely with this. So basically the net result is last year I made $160 with bottle caps and some surveys. I mean, that's insane, isn't it? I mean, really, bottle caps and a few surveys. Now, if I were to get caught up in the moment to moment, wow, it's not worth my time. I had to sit there and I didn't get paid right away for the rewards. Yeah, you got to wait for the quarter to end. But this was the net result. I took a longer view. I got 5 free ounces of silver. Okay, this is part of what like I said, I call scrambling. So Lance Away had a contest on his page. It was right around Christmas time, and he basically had people signing up for Ebates. Ebates is a site that gives you discounts on online shopping, and of course there's referrals. And it was actually a pretty cool contest. It was a tiered contest where if you got 5 people to sign up, he'd give away a half-ounce coin. If you got 10 people to sign up, on and on and on, up to a full ounce. And basically he was getting referrals, and they were paying him for the first referral $25, and then $5 for the next referral. So I thought, sure, I'll help Lance out. What the heck, I'll be part of this. I'm going to go Christmas shopping anyway. So I look into it and I'm like, oh, they're going to give me $25 if I sign my wife up because we're shopping anyway. Sure enough, I sign up. A friend signs up. I have $30. There's another ounce of silver. It's as easy as that. Sometimes I didn't have to leave my desk. Did a little bit of no-brainer shopping, and boom, I have another $30 for another ounce of silver. So this year, yeah, guess what? I'm going to have this 5 free ounces of silver again. It's going to be in Mercury dimes, but I'm also going to have 14 Mercury dimes. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have 14 Mercury dimes for signing up on Ebates. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. This is all a part of it. Ashton Cole had made a comment on my page. He wanted to actually start accumulating his pocket change and seeing how much silver he could accumulate with pocket change. Okay, and this brings up the question of earmarking. This only really works if you're earmarking it for silver. If you're literally saying, every penny I make from all this, I'm putting into silver. All my pocket change, I'm putting into silver. If, I referenced Lance Away's bottle collecting video once, where he assembled some bottles and bought a 1 ounce coin. And I'm actually pretty familiar with that because, we take care of our bottles once a week, and that's part of the kids' allowance, and they pour that into silver too. So what if you start earmarking your bottle money for silver? Man, it doesn't sound like a lot, does it? $1 a week, big deal. $1 a week is $52 a year. That's 1.5 ounces of silver. So right here, if you were just to follow these steps, and I get it, not everybody's going to do it, but my point is, you end up with your 7 ounces of silver to the good for doing nothing. We still haven't done anything yet. So I did some legwork for you guys, okay? I looked up, and I realized these are today's prices. Actually, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Let's discuss credit card sign-up bonuses, okay? I just signed up for a Bank of America credit card. They gave me a $100 sign-up bonus. Okay, I get 3% off any gas purchases. I get 2% off any groceries. So right there, when I bought my silver, bang, I saved $100 right off the top. Okay, and if I use that card exclusively for gas and groceries, which I will anyway, this is what I came up with. Okay, I actually did the calculation for Silvertown bars. But also you could do it with Philharmonics. You start a little $30 higher. you start $41 higher for an American Eagle. Sorry guys, I'm a little under the weather, but we'll wrap this up. So if you were to buy 20 Silvertown bars, it'd cost you $656. Minus $100 sign-up bonus, you're at $556. Minus $7,500 times 2% is $150 for using that card for groceries, you're at $406. Gas, you're at minus $87. That's $2,880, which is $240 a month times 0.03, you're at $319. What if you were to do the My Coke Rewards and E-Rewards thing? You're minus $160, $159. What if you used your bottle money, $52, you're at $107. What if you signed up your wife for Ebates when next time you had to buy something? You get the referral, minus $25. What if you had $30 a year in pocket change? You're at $52. I haven't done anything. I almost have that entire sheet of Silvertown bars for free. So here's what you can do. Sign up for one of these credit cards, okay? Get the $100 sign-up bonus. Buy yourself, it's 0% financing for a year. Buy yourself a sheet of Silvertown bars and then make the challenge for the rest of the year that I'm going to pay this off with credit card rewards, with pocket change, with bottle money, and with a little bit of internet nonsense where I basically get paid to do, I get paid a little bit of money to do hardly anything. And let's challenge myself. Let's see if I can get that free at the end of the year. Now, if you get caught up in the moment to moment, it won't seem like it's worth your time. But I promise you at the end, when you have 20 ounces of free silver, it'll feel like it was worth your time. Okay, guys, talk to you later.